What's up, everybody? Midjourney Fast Hours podcast, episode 50.
50.
We made it. We made it. We made it to 50,
it.
man. That's incredible.
Crazy. It doesn't feel like 50, but it also feels like 50 at the same time.
Rory, this feels like a great time to drop the like and subscribe. I remembered to do it early this time, so do your thing, man.
You know what? If you're here and you've watched more than one episode, hit the like and subscribe. Even if you
show some love, man.
Do it. And then tell your mom, and then tell your friends, and then tell your dog, and your boyfriend, your girlfriend, anyone else who has eyes and ears.
Yeah. If they could be qualified as human or a primate. Maybe outside of primates. I don't know.
We apply to all.
We do, and we're global. We brought our boy Allar back on the show. I was just trying to think, like, Rory, we were trying to do something bigger for 50. We both just kind of ran out of time. But then I hit Allar like an hour ago, and I was like, "Bro, what are you doing? You want to jump? You want to jump on?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm in, of course." So Allar, we did an episode with I don't know, a while back now, but
half a year ago. It feels like at this point. Yeah,
time is a construct. I don't even know. But Allar is, if you're not familiar, just another one of those OGs, always in the kitchen, cooking up something magical with AI. He's also well-versed in all of the tools, just like us, even outside of Midjourney. So I think we're going to have a fun conversation today. We've got a lot to talk about, I feel like. Midjourney dropped an office hours on Wednesday that had a lot of great things and kind of new things that I hadn't heard before. And so we can cover that. Midjourney also dropped Style Explorer last night, which is pretty awesome. Just kind of jumped into that, and I think that's going to help a ton of people just kind of get more activated in using those things. So we can cover that. And then I think we're probably going to get into the whole Nano Banana, bananas galore, hype that it's getting right now. It deserves it. It's not perfect, but I think the things it already unlocks right now has changed the game in terms of the workflow, the efficiency, the scaling, and all that good stuff too. So we got a lot to jump into. Where do you guys want to go? Where do you guys want to start?
I think we start with let's start with the Style Explorer. I think that was a good move, and I think we should let's highlight it because we've been waiting for it. It feels like 6 months, something at least since it was first mentioned, maybe longer. But I'm a fan, right? This is. So if anyone's not familiar with what Midjourney just released, if you've been in the Midjourney game for a while and you're diehard, you've definitely used SREF random. And if you do SREF random, you get type in -- SREF and then space random. Midjourney will just produce a random style for you, and then you can attach that style code as to any image, and it'll just automatically apply the style. So new listeners, anyone who hasn't done this before, I'm sure most of you have, just a little bit of context there, but then also what Midjourney just released is a Explore tab for it. So you can go and look for individual styles that are already created. You don't have to mine your own, which my one opinion on this is I think this is great for the either new users or the users that are on the lower tier subscriptions, because you don't have to just waste all of your credits mining SRFs. Right?
Yeah, great call.
That to me was the biggest thing, which I think is, again, community focused, awesome update, good move on them.
Hey, you were right too, Rory. I think we were trying to figure out, because there weren't a lot of details shared up front on what exactly this was and what it meant. I mean, the idea, sure, but we didn't know what that was going to take shape in terms of visually or from a UI perspective. And I think you called it where you were like, what if it's just this explore page with just style, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, that makes almost too much sense, because in my mind I was like, I wonder if they're gonna kind of do this where they've got a certain set that's featured each day, or one that's I had no idea. But I thought when you mentioned that, I was like, oh, that feels like the obvious answer, and that's what they did here. And so you've got this nested right here with all the other options, right? So for the longest time, explore page was just the images. Then when they did video, they added that tab. Now you've got a styles tab, right?
Here's a question. Let's hit this one right away. I didn't play with this. You're on the styles section. Does it filter by top day, or
it
does?
Yep. Yeah. So this does work with all of these.
Okay.
See this? So
There we go. So you
That's a
you
great
kind of got what
question.
you wanted too. So it's all in one, right?
I think so. You know, the organization of it, I think, will still be tricky, right? There's still not a great way to sort of like save SRFs that you like. You know, I'm sure like all of us and probably the people listening too, you know, you have your favorites. I mean, there are certain ones that you look at and you're like, oh, that's cool. Maybe you use it once and you never go back to it. But there are probably a few you're like, oh, I want to go back to this time and time again. It's just not a great place to save it. Allar, what do you think about this so far, man? Have you gone in on this and kind of explored it a little bit?
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes before this call. I a little bit like see what's going on in here, like and tested out few SREF codes, but yeah, scroll it around here. But if you refresh the page, is it like refreshing everything here? Like new SREF codes, or is it all the same all the time? You have to scroll through it to find new ones.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
Hit the
actually
refresh button real quick,
I
just to see if.
actually scrolled through the entire thing last night. So I hit rock
Ah,
bottom.
okay. Okay,
Because
okay.
I
I
was
thought it's
curious like
limitless.
how I was thinking the same thing. I was like, is this gonna like just be limitless? And then they rotate because there are 4 billion. I don't know how this is going to change, but I think like because it just dropped last night, I went through the whole thing and there weren't a lot of great ones in there. But I think what's going to happen, right, is now, you know, you've got this random, but you've also got these. So it's going to be easier to find better ones just based on popular opinion. But when I was in it last night, I don't know, Rory. I don't know that Hot was here actually last night. I can't remember. It was just top day and random, I think, that I saw and likes. And so, you know, that's why I hit rock bottom. I didn't see this Hot option with some of these. But yeah, I mean, this is super cool.
Do we think that they'll just pump new styles every day and just run like batch processing on it, or like, I mean, they could just keep going. I mean, I guess it's so unlimited. I like how they did it though, where it's like basically character, environment, and then like compilation shot of like object or something like that. Gives you good like understanding of sort of how everything looks, which is I think better than just putting a person or just putting an environment. Like you need to see sort of what the breadth, good word there.
Yeah.
You like that with a
Breadth.
th?
Yeah.
Breadth
Yeah.
of the of the
There you
style
go.
code is. But I like that because then it's also you know, it's easy visual. It's like constructed. You can. It's not overwhelming, which style codes can be when you run like a ton at one
sure.
time. But the one thing I will say, which I didn't know until this week, and everyone who's listening who's a diehard's probably like, he's such an idiot. I had no idea how much raw changed the style code. Like if you hit raw with the style code, like sometimes it can
Yeah.
completely change the whole thing. I
Yeah,
had
you
no
want to
idea.
you want to run an example?
Yeah, like
So like we could take this, right? Now this is going to that's going to take my I think this is taking my last prompt and putting it, applying the style to it, which I don't necessarily know that I want, but I'm going to take this, apply this. Let's go up here. Well, actually, do we like this one? Let's try something else. Let's try something more our style. Give me one.
Down, left. Okay. Yes, that upper one was nice.
Where?
Up and left, the blue one.
This one?
And up, and
up
one
one.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
pretty cool.
This one? Okay, so let's do this one. So let's take this. And yeah, to Rory's point, why don't we do a few things? Let's run a few different prompts here. Feel free to give me anything, guys.
Behance.
Porsche, driving fast.
Yes.
Okay. Let's
Hit
let's
the-
also do stills archive, which honestly still crushes
If you put
every time.
the parameter in there
Yeah.
with a dash or I forgot about this one because I hadn't used it in a long time. Bracket like an open curly braces or the curly brace thing, comma,
And then raw. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I totally forgot about that little hack
Yep.
for the
Yep.
longest time.
Yeah, just the comma.
Yeah.
What am I missing? Oh,
What the coding?
I don't know that it likes that.
Huh. Oh, maybe is it a? No, it should be that. Or maybe it's just
Oh, because maybe it's not the. Well, hold on. Let's just do this. We'll run it. Yep. Let's run it once with, and then we'll run it again.
Mm-hmm.
Is it comma dash dash raw without the dot? I'm just running this. Yeah. Oops. No dash dash needed. See.
So then, what would it be then?
It's just curly braces, comma dash dash raw.
Oh,
Curly braces.
got it. Okay. All right. So then, first things first, we did it without raw. So let's take a look at this. Do have personalization on for what it's worth, but
you gotta turn that off for these though.
Really, I don't like turning it off for these.
But then do you really know what the style looks like?
I do for me,
All right, that's good. All right, we'll go with that one.
but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I like these colors.
That's nice.
So what were you noticing, Rory? Just to explain for everybody as we start to get into the comparing here. So we're going to scroll through standard and then we'll get into raw.
So some were like, I was finding it sometimes it would be like if it was an illustrative style, it would turn it into a photorealistic style, or if it was like a 3D style, it would turn it into something a little bit more flat, like vector style. Like it was it was interesting because it was some of them were not too different and some of them were really different. But it was just, I had no clue that raw played a role in like sort of like the style itself. We're not in raw now, right?
Not yet. We're almost there.
Because I basically stopped using raw after like version 6.1, I think. Or maybe 6.
I used to leave it on exclusively.
Yeah.
And now I kind of go back and forth depending on what I'm doing.
All right, so now we've hit raw.
Okay, so now we're getting into raw. Let's see, right here.
I feel like it looks a little flatter. Looks a little bit more pushback. I don't know how much different this one is, but
Maybe on certain prompts too. I think like too it's let's get into, I think the Porsche one was interesting because I don't know. I'm not really seeing that big of a difference here.
no, I'm not seeing it here either.
But I know
one.
what you're talking about. I've seen it skew the results quite a bit.
I think it happens a lot more with like the sort of
Maybe
like
with-
partially illustrative styles than maybe it does with the photorealistic styles.
Maybe let's take personalization off.
Take that P code off.
There you go, homie. All right. Let's go. Check this out. Yeah, but I think like this whole functionality is super cool for a lot of people. I think this is going to be great. Now, obviously, I think this is V1, so they're going to make iterations on this. They've already said that. I think, are they going to add an element where you can filter styles or colors, right, to make it easier to find things that you want to find? I don't think it's necessary. I think it would be an efficiency thing, but when you think about it from an explore page in general, they don't have it set up that way, with images or videos either. You have to go and search for it.
I wonder if you use the little smart search feature on any of the styles that you've done, if it comes up with like similar stuff.
Oh, interesting. Let's see. So this, let's go in here, and if we did this. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
They've been listening.
That's a nugget right there. I
There
guarantee
it
nobody
is.
knows about that right now.
There we go.
That's sick. There you go.
I like that. Now
that's
it
the
opens
hack.
up everything.
That's
Yeah.
the hack right there.
Ooh, I like that one on the right with the pink. The three, that one right there.
This one.
There's a lot
That
of
looks
gems.
fun.
These ones are much, because then it's like, hey, let me find the one style I like, and let me find the distant, like the close cousins to it here. Yeah, because these are all.
You might want to re-show everyone what you just did there.
Okay, let's do that again. So, to your point, Rory, what we did was jumped into a style code, right, and went to the smart search functionality. Right. So this was always a hidden little game changer because you can do this with images too. Right. And that's what it defaults to here. So for example, right, if I click this and then I click the smart search, it's going to show me other Nike shoes that are somewhat in that ballpark. And I've always found that the quality is better when you do the smart search versus doing the search up here in the top. Right. For Explore. Now, what we just unlocked, though, was then changing this tab and selecting styles now. And so now it's taking that close connection from a style standpoint and applying it, which is pretty great for an on-the-spot little discovery here.
And then I feel like this is all things that you would like now, like specifically.
And if you click any of them, then you can just go further with the next style, right?
This, but it doesn't look like there's an option here to directly do it. So then I would need to run it and then do it again. Meaning, so if I just did this and I don't know, I'll just do this really quick. I want my personalization back.
What? Hold on. Before you do anything, right click on this image real quick. Can you send to Can it be saved to a folder? Huh.
Hold on. Let me just take a look and see what all options have. So we can like it. We can click to apply it directly in the prompt box. If you click try style, that will take your last prompt and put it right in. This, I think, what is this? Okay, that does the same thing as clicking that. And then let's back out, Rory, to your point. Is there other options here? No.
That'd be a cool one. Just like add to folder or something like that.
Yep. So then, again, going back to this, we could go in here, then click this. You've got other monsters.
I even forgot
now you can go into
didn't
styles.
search.
It's so good when you want it or when you need it. You just forget to use it all the time.
Agree.
Or do you play with the style codes a lot, or are you mostly text prompting?
Depending on the stuff I'm working on, but not much. But if I'm not using SREFs, images tend to be a little bit too blend with just the base model. So
Yeah.
And
I feel
also
that.
recently I'm using a lot of image prompts and images as a SREF codes
Okay.
Yeah.
or styles. Yeah.
You're using style reference images.
Yes, correct.
Is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes,
and that's always been one of those things too, where it's you know, the style codes are great, but because there was no style explorer, right? It was much easier to just go find an image anywhere across the internet and apply that as a style reference, you know, and then just weight it appropriately. That's the key, right? Because the default is 100. Sometimes that may be too strong depending on the image. You just dial that down, right?
I have made sometimes many different effects or, textures, whatever, blur or, 3D kind of crazy whatever, and then using this as a SREF.
So that's the way to do it. It's also the mood boards too. Some of the mood boards, I have all these mood boards for tokens essentially or camera angles where it's I want this aerial view, but I want it of this style code over here on the right, the yellow one. Right? A lot of times the style codes don't necessarily want to do aerial views unless it's baked in. So it's throw that in there and then bang, it's okay, cool. There we go. Because then you can also just dial up, the style weight to make sure that it hits, and then also hit the stylize up to make sure the mood board hits, and then it's just like a whole big fun exploration in there. And oh god, this is so cool. I like this though. Now I'm excited about it because you can go and search for like real styles that you like.
Yeah, so there you go, right? We don't necessarily need the color filters or the style filters if you've got something like this smart search. That sort of unlocks it.
I wonder if it's done by, if the smart search is by like more color or more like style. Like if you clicked on an illustrative style, is it going to bring up more illustrative styles, or is it going to focus on?
Is there any category also like realistic or cinematic or illustration?
Yeah, let's test it out. Like, let's take this one, which is more abstract, right? I'm just going to go ahead and, I don't know if this is going to affect it, so I'm going to take this out. Try style now. That's a one-click prompt, by the way, so now you can see it's already creating that up here. So we'll do that. Let's do another one, to your point, just to kind of like dig into this a little bit further. Let's find something that's super unique or is monotone, you know, to kind of give us maybe an idea as if it's going to group it specifically by color or not. Maybe this blue one.
Yeah.
Because that'll give us some information there. All right, so if we go into here, click this, and click this.
All right, so it's going to be more chaotic in nature.
Yeah, it's hard to say what it is specifically, but it feels like it's almost like, like it's taking a word like a chaotic or a maximalism or abstract or something like that and then just surfacing these up. This feels like the best way to actually style explore.
Yes.
In a smart way, efficiently.
Yes. They took all of the ideas and they sort of mashed them into one simple UX UI, which is typically what they do.
So let's take this one now, Rory. This is the all blue one, and you do have blue is in most of these, but it doesn't feel like it's as weighted as the style itself, for lack of a better category.
Feels like more medium specific and like visual signature specific. Like if it's like when you did the more like 3D-ish type look, it like was more 3D-ish. This one, the one that was more chaotic, seemed to be more flat, and like it sort of took that. So I'm guessing if you find photorealistic styles you like, you're going to get photorealistic styles in the Explorer. Cool.
Well, hey, if you're listening to this episode, you just caught a hell of a little shortcut and hack that you won't hear about anywhere else. So happy hunting on style codes.
Do a lot of ask questions.
Right. Yeah, man. So that's awesome. I love that. You know, and you can kind of see this, you know, this navigation's really changed a lot over the last few months here. You know, I think this was just like 3 or 4 things. Now we've got a bunch, right? You've got mood boards broken out here. Was edit always? I guess edit was here. Chat's been here. Yeah, maybe it was that I'm thinking of. Interesting. Cool.
We are continuing to. They are continuing the rollouts. They have promised that, and it has been delivered on. Something new every week.
Yeah, I mean, this piece of it we just covered. V7.1 in testing. Key improvements, enhanced prompt understanding, better OREF functionality, and improved draft mode. Cool. Serves as testing ground for V8 features at smaller scale.
All right. Good.
Yeah. I mean, improved prompt understanding, I don't even care about anymore. I really don't care about it anymore. Like, I would rather you stopped improving the prompt understanding, I think, at this point. I just like the way that Midjourney currently is coherent.
Only using one word and SREF code, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And then we talk about this all the time. It's just like the magic of Midjourney kind of filling in the gaps creatively on prompts versus totally verbatim, you know? And I think we all really like that, just the 3 of us. I'm speaking collectively here, but I think that's probably one of the best parts about Midjourney. So that's what I'm saying is, I mean, better prompt understanding maybe when it comes to, like, I'm thinking like video and, you know, maybe like those those manual updates that you make with Midjourney Video, maybe, but I don't. It's not a big standout thing for me beyond that. I am interested in that better OREF functionality, right? Because it's just like, well, now, you know, we got to take everything outside of Midjourney and kind of go into Nano Banana. You know what I mean? But
speaking of that, that's where I'd like the better prompt understanding is in the editor. Like sometimes it's so hard just to be like, I want a white background. Like I'm extending something with a white background, and it's like, let me add a palm tree. I'm like, I don't want the palm tree. I just want a white fucking background. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that frustrates me. Like, it's so hard. Where it's like, oh, add a person, and it just like doesn't do it. But when you say just white background, it's like, oh, let me add a person. It's like,
yep.
That's the only complaint I have with prompt understanding at this point.
Allar, what do you think, man?
Oh, no, all good.
Doesn't really affect you.
No.
Then you've got
Then-
V8 planned for release this year. I think that's probably the real thing here. Described as a really huge model revision, so they're still very enthusiastic and optimistic about how big that leap is. No specific feature announcement yet. Described as aggressive and ambitious. Yeah. And then they did make it known too in office hours that they're not going to touch the video until V8's live. So
Okay.
I wouldn't expect anything in terms of like big changes or really anything significant or worth mentioning until after V8's up.
Cool. Still good right now.
Still good. Still good.
Like having the SD or HD option, like the batch sizing down to 1, so I can just test it and don't have to re-up for the 7th time this month, which is I think where I'm at already. So,
Allar, how are you using Midjourney Video at all?
Yeah, a lot. It's really really cool, and the prompt accuracy in the video one, it's so good. It does like almost everything I have tried, like crazy cool stuff.
Are you? Oh, go ahead, Rory. Go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask: Allar? Are you finding yourself doing more just automatic generations or more manual prompting when it comes to the video part?
I think manual, yeah. Sometimes, depending on if I'm maybe too lazy, or maybe there is just a car scene or something like a simple movement or something, I'm just hitting automation and see what's going on. But if I need really something specific, for example, I had one fashion scene. I made a female doing some, I don't know, dance movement or something like that. Then I extended the video and added like Black Panthers circling around the female, and then the camera like pulled down and shows exactly like they're doing circular motion running around the female, and I was super surprised about this accuracy.
It's interesting with video. Like I was doing this with SRFs the other day, trying to find like a generic enough prompt that will work for image and video at the same time. So if you hit auto prompt, it'll work. Like I was doing like synchronized dance as like the SREF mine, or like music video dance sequence as the SREF mine, and then just hitting auto prompt, and it was
How's
for
that?
whatever Midjourney crushes on synchronized dance. Like it just,
Oh yeah,
it works every time. I was like, this is crazy.
that's sick. I love that. You might
a
have to
fun
show
one.
that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like it's I don't know how it works so well, but it does. So does music video dance sequence. It's a good prompt for images. It's like all baked in with motion, and it's never really like static. And then bang, hit auto prompt and go. So hey, another way to prompt.
Yeah, I mean, I've found myself doing more. Like early on, I was just kind of like curious about how I think Midjourney's model would just interpret the auto, low motion, high motion, and then same with the looping. Whereas now I'm just, I'm finding myself. It's like if I have anything specific in mind, right? I have to do it manually.
Are you going
And I
with
mean,
the four video?
I still test them both, but.
Are you going with 4 videos at a time, or 1 or 2?
I'm usually just running 4. But
Yeah, me too. I'm just spamming this video button like
that's exactly. I was just gonna say,
many times. Like I'm not satisfied with the one run. I'm just rerun. Okay, that's nice, and there we go.
it's
It's
interesting
tough.
playing with the difference too between the video low motion, high motion, and the loop low motion, high motion, because
Oh,
they give you totally different types of outputs too. I wouldn't even,
and
versus maybe you're thinking low motion's low motion, high motion's high motion. But I mean, those act in completely different ways.
Yeah.
and how about the HD or non-HD video? Like which
What's
one you
the
That's
prefer?
a good
Which one you
question.
prefer?
I don't know that I have. I don't know that I have a preference on that. I mean, obviously, like HD costs more, right? So it's like from that perspective,
Some
you
says
probably
it
don't want to
gives
run everything in HD. But then there's not a good way though. If you like something and you ran a gen and you like it in SD, you can't go back up to HD
yeah,
in Midjourney.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
so
HD's good. I really like it. I find it hard to run so many of them because then I'm like, all right, I'm burning literally all of my hours. I like that it's some of the stuff is, the lower res, and it's like I can run a lot of it, so I can just have get more video because all the video tools are so damn expensive right now.
yeah,
It's like never ends. But is this low or high motion? Oh, motion high. I
this
see.
is
There you go.
high. Yeah.
Does this make sense to have like a different credits separated for only for video, just to burn for the video and leave the images alone, or does it make sense?
I would like it because sometimes I'm doing like a bunch of batch images for certain things, and then I get to the time when I want to generate video, and it's like I generate 3 videos, and it's like you used all your credits this month. I'm like, God damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
And granted, the Midjourney just take my money. It's fine. Like I'll pay for more. I hate if there is anyone from Midjourney listening, just give me a bigger top up plan, like than $20 or whatever it is for 5 hours. Like that goes. Could use that 5 hours in like 30 minutes.
and maybe like I think they have explored that with maybe it was the leaderboard with like suggesting ideas, right? But it was I think that cost should be cheaper for people that have higher plans,
Yeah.
to top up. I think there should be a
Discount for the
discount
more
right there.
hours.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. Like this one, I added a little bit of a manual prompt too. This was already a very simple prompt. But I had success with both. That's why like I'm kind of running both in a lot of ways where, like I think this one was, let's see, this is
One
just like
question.
an auto gen.
Are you going straight without any upscale, without any editing, with original images to video in Midjourney, or you're editing, enhancing skin or whatever, and then going back to
I
Midjourney?
mean, I think I'm not sure I'm doing it the best way, meaning like I think the best way would be probably, right, whatever tool you're going to use to completely upscale it, then bring it back into Midjourney. But that's just like a pain in the ass. So I think for me,
It's
what
a
I'm doing
workflow.
is
It's a workflow. Yeah.
I'm just upscaling and then doing it. You know what I mean? There are ways to obviously get the better quality, I think, on top of that. But I
The
mean, this
video
was
side. It's all like it's so weird because like some of the stuff is the SD can be so like I don't want to say pixelated, but it's like it looks like it's if you don't upscale it, right? Like it
Yeah.
like takes the artifacts into account because it's so
Yeah.
coherent. It's like thinking
Yeah.
that it's the style. You know what I mean? Like it's because it can take any style and animate it pretty much. So it's just being coherent.
this was an SD. You can tell it's just a little bit more smooth.
Yeah.
This one was interesting though because I took this final image. This has already got the typography in it just to see. It does kind of skew that, right? So I don't know. Maybe I could run that in HD also to see if that helps. But
It's interesting because it didn't really move the text at all. It just sort of
it didn't.
like,
In some
regenerated.
it did. I think these ones like it really didn't too much. But I think maybe in this next one, this one does. This thing moves a little bit.
Oh, I see that now.
and this here.
Huh. It looks kind of cool though.
But I didn't mind it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
mind it though. Yeah, so that's interesting. I mean, these are SD to your point, right? Like, then again, I wish I could go back and HD it. But
Yeah. So that'd be a good little. I'm excited to run permutations on videos if they want to ever add that feature. So I could do SD HD at the same time. Like could change camera angle or motion or whatever. Yeah, again, just let me burn through my hours. That's all I want.
right. Yeah, that's pretty interesting with the video stuff. They also mentioned on Office Hours caught some of this, but about profiles. Looks like they're going to lean into profiles now.
Okay.
We all have back end profiles, but they're not anywhere on the site. Like, so I think these are hidden somewhere like here. Is it account? Yeah. So like this is my public profile,
Whoa. What?
right? And my
didn't even know that was
username
there.
and my ID. But this isn't something that you would be able to see, right? Unless you were logged in. And I think what they're talking about is maybe expanding this into more of a community-based thing, I think. So they're going to, I think, start with profiles, and then they're going to start to enable a full profile, which I don't know. Again, they never give us a ton of information here, but I would imagine allows you to maybe connect or follow or kind of bring people into a little bit of a circle, a community aspect, if you will, with the profile system. Otherwise, why would you do that? I don't. Other than that, I can't think of why that would be necessary. But
Good move. That's it. That's my comment.
yeah,
That's all I got for that one.
I think that's awesome. It looks like that's on for maybe they're targeting a month there.
Will
Some
include
other
friend
community
rooms and global
features.
rooms. Interesting. I wonder if that's the actual rooms, like in the chat, or if that's like a different sort of place that they're gonna
Yeah.
build.
Web-based prompt battle system in development.
Cool.
Okay.
Discord. Dude, I went on Discord yesterday to try because I was in queue. Like I thought I broke Midjourney. I was like in queue for like 30 minutes. So I went into Discord and I almost forgot I had to type / imagine. I hit the prompt.
Oh, it's so sad.
Like
That's
nothing
sad.
happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I hit the prompt, nothing happened. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's a different word.
It's kind of sad though, man.
I know.
The imagine days.
Felt bad about it.
Well,
What's,
yeah. So I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, but I thought the profile thing was interesting. Style Explorer. Blah blah blah.
Let's just call it what it is. Banger update. I personal opinion, really like it. Happy they did it this way. Happy it turned out this clean. And now there's just a whole another way to play around with Midjourney again.
Yeah, yeah. Do you guys want to jump into the Nanner,
Yes.
the Nano Banana?
I need it.
You want it, you need it.
Little potassium
Well,
fix for the end of the episode.
let's talk about it. We've all three played with it. We did kind of cover a little bit of like that last week in terms of our impressions, some of the things that you're capable of. Any other like new thoughts for either of you guys in terms of how you're using it, when you're using it? Is it an essential part of people's workflow now? Should it be? You know, like let's answer maybe some of those questions people are thinking about that either have just dipped their toe in the water or they haven't tried it yet.
Allar, I'll let you go with this one.
Yeah, there is a lot of possibilities, especially for, cinematic or short films or making these different angles from one scene, from one image, and build the world out of it. It's crazy valuable to make these different angles. And yeah, I'm a big fashion guy now. You can put like whatever clothing on whatever style of model wearing the garment or clothing. It's yeah, it's really valuable. These are the first like a simplest or I think like obvious ways to use it. But I actually I also try to use it. I feed it like four different Midjourney SREF images or similar style images to Nano Banana, and try to use those as SREF images or reference images to get similar style. But sometimes it works, sometimes not too much. But it took some elements to make similar style of images also.
Dude, good. I like that. I like the multiple images as a style reference.
Yeah,
That should really like drive it home for it. But it's tough because Midjourney's aesthetic's hard, right? Like it's not what every other image
yeah.
generator does.
It gives
So
it gives different kind of vibe. Some details bring in, but it's different.
Where are you using Nano Banana at when you're using it, Allar?
First I was using it in Freepik, I think, then KREA, then Google AI Studio.
the
Yeah.
is a I've this is a weird observation. I've also used it in a few places, and I feel like Freepik has really good quality for some reason when it comes. Like I feel like the
I do
quality is
too.
better.
I do
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I don't know
I
why.
had the same. I had the same feeling, and also same feeling with the aspect ratios. It was really hard to get the right aspect ratios from the original image that I'm editing. Maybe adding some elements, and it wanted to give me square size or random
Hmm.
size, maybe 16 by 9 size, but not the original size, and that's still like a little bit issue for me. Maybe someone have like a hack for that, but
Can,
yeah.
can I make a comment on Freepik's UX for this? I found it very confusing. Is that just me? Like
Me
inputting the
also.
image and then like feels
There's
Well,
clunky.
they have all these other options here too, which is interesting. I was kind of, I mean, I didn't go deep into this, but I was kind of toying around with this too, where it was like, oh, okay, they have styles, okay, right, and then so you could technically say apply that, and then prompt on top.
but I'm not sure if it works with every model.
Yeah,
The
maybe
style.
we could try that on this call because I haven't done that specifically. But what I did notice here was this create style
Huh.
option. And it was like, okay, well, you need to add images, the quality here. It costs 3,000 credits, but you've got this sort of like trained style.
Oh, so we're
Like,
creating
okay.
little micro Lauras here.
Yeah. So there was that. And then there was, you know, what the other interesting thing was, Rory, was this, was it, no, it wasn't style. Here, let me take this off. Where
This
was
wasn't
Was
here
it effects?
when I
No.
last used it.
It wasn't?
No.
Where was this at? There was see, they got color, lighting, framing. There was a thing here, and maybe it was the composition is not compatible with reference images.
Huh.
There was something though that gave you like options for the camera angles.
Whoa.
Because there was like an
What?
aerial version that I was playing around with on some of these because I was like, I wonder if I can just click that and does that help, you know, with the coherence or what?
Oh,
You
so
have
it allows you to
here,
also the aspect ratio too. It allows for that.
Yep. So you could change that here.
but it doesn't work all the time. Sometimes I think it doesn't
It was
have
working for
this.
me. I would select
Okay,
16:9, but
okay,
but
okay,
also my image references were 16:9. So maybe maybe
okay.
that if that doesn't match, I don't know if that messes it up. It does say this. Still in beta may not always respect the aspect ratios.
Uh-huh.
But you have this, which is interesting, and then there's also, you know, like this nice little feature where it's like, okay, let me click in here, and you can edit the image, right?
Oh, you can do like in painting with
Yeah,
Nano.
yeah, you can inpaint right here,
What?
you know. And then what are these? So add reference, use character. So I mean, again, I haven't gone extremely deep to test all these things out, but if those things work, then I think Freepik adds a really interesting layer to this because that's Freepik's capability stacked on top of the model, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what these other, options have. I have seen some interesting use cases with Nano on Higgsfield, but I haven't really been using Higgsfield. So
yeah, me also. But have you tried this new stuff some guy builds for Photoshop, Nano Banana Photoshop plugin?
I saw that. I just saw
Is
that
it good?
today.
Ah, okay.
Pull it up on X. Just search it.
Yeah,
Because it looks good.
had
I know a
that
lot of people
somewhere.
were using it. I love that.
Did I save that on? I might have saved that on
But the
Instagram.
main
Actually,
reason to
damn,
use
I'm not
this
logged
is
in.
just for highlighting some areas, brushing out the areas.
See, this is it's so weird to watch other people retrofit Photoshop to what Photoshop should be and be doing. It's like Photoshop should be thinking like Freepik is. Like, I'm just going
Here
to
it
bring
is.
everything in, and you can just do what you want in here.
So here, let me take this back to the beginning. So
There. So it's just a nice little plugin. Makes it nice and easy. They had the perfect oppo for a banana there, and not a
yeah,
thing of
they
flowers.
did. They messed it up.
Perfect. That's actually where I got the idea from.
This, yeah, I wish I. Damn, I wish I had my password for Instagram. I don't want to share my screen and be trying to figure that out for 5 minutes. But I did save. I think it was on Instagram. Somebody posted about this. They did a really good video though of showing how you turn this on. So you actually have to go somewhere to turn this on within Photoshop. It's not hard, but I think you do have to do that first.
It's just nice. Like, again, it's great to have Photoshop be usable with certain things, and you're just not reliant on their native tools. Like, it's smart integration. Just keep doing it that way. Ooh, advanced search. Took me about 5
Remember
years
when
to
I
know it
showed
was
you this and you're
advanced
like,
search.
your mind was blown?
That's crazy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find this. Maybe we'll find it. No.
No. There's probably like, I mean, this would be so legit in so many different ways. Like, I would love to have nano type functionality in like, that's how like OREF should work. You know what I mean? In Midjourney, like, that's how it can work. It should work. I wonder if they're gonna, with the new updated OREF, they're gonna allow multiple inputs, but not just one.
Yeah, I think you got to go up to plug in at the top in Photoshop and then turn this on. Like there's some sort of drop down.
Well,
but you got to go into Photoshop, go up to plugins. I think there's something where you select this. There's something to select with Nano Banana and Flux or something like that, and then boom, pops in there.
Wonderful. keep the fun times going, because this stuff just became more professional, right? Like, all of that hacking around LoRa's to get to certain, like, product consistency, art direction, anything like that. Now it just became real. And you can have, a finishing piece of it where the editing isn't as extreme. So it's just been so good. And I keep seeing new ways of people using it. It's just really smart. Saw some people doing like face swapping doesn't tend to work so great, if you've noticed that at all. It takes a little bit more of like the Photoshop or the Freepik approach to kind of get it good.
Yeah.
But
where is this? I thought I had one other one saved. Yeah, so I mean that, like, even to the point though, the fact that that's now available in Photoshop, that opens this capability up to even more folks that maybe were a little bit more allergic to some of these AI tools. Now you just do it right in Photoshop.
Drew, I think we should definitely get into your one of those, the post on LinkedIn this week. I feel like there was a lot of good little nuggets in there from the last experiment.
So we were talking about that last week, right? We were just kind of like, I showed you that that Figma where I just kind of pulled all the images together, but I hadn't done anything with it. And you could just see what I was doing in Freepik there. But like, like, to be fair, this is nothing complicated, by the way. This is just me getting in and experimenting. I wasn't trying to create anything epic here or do anything complex. It was just really just for my own curiosity, just trying to figure out what's possible, and then I'm just sharing it here, right? So the whole goal with this was to really do a few things, right? Like Nano Banana is now taking over a lot of the things that ChatGPT could do, right? And that's why ChatGPT's image gen really changed the game, because it was like, oh, you couldn't do, hey, I've got a thumbnail and now I can swap my own self in there and, you know, like do crazy stuff that you could never do before. Well, this is that, right? Except it's faster, right? It's faster. The quality is better, right? You get away from that sort of like warm color that ChatGPT
Green,
is
yellow,
famous for. And so this was really cool because I basically just kind of pulled all these things out. What can it do, right? We talked about text to image, but some of the people were asking questions. Well, where did you get the seed image? That was from Midjourney. I think that's probably all three of our preference. Like you start with Midjourney and then you can sort of like take that quality and that creativity and then scale it out using something like this. You can use more than one image as references. You can iterate, do stuff with text, right? So this was me taking one seed image and then building out sort of like this mini world, if you will, just by doing some additions, subtractions, some changes, etc. So started with that initial image, added a backpack. Pretty easy. I tried first with actually having a specific backpack image in mind, and I was having some problems proportionally getting that to look and feel right, even after sort of like saying things very clearly about make this proportional, you know, blend the colors, stuff like that. It was okay. Whenever I just didn't care about what, you know, the backpack, just black backpack, boom, right in there.
Yeah.
Remove black backpack, change the expression on the man's face. These are all really easy things to do. You can tell these prompts are very short. They're very natural language. There's nothing complicated about this. Anybody can do this. So that was pretty interesting. Then, you know, kind of going into zoom, right? Creating some additional angles here, different perspectives. Now let me keep him in the same spot. Let me just change the action, right? So without changing the background, make the subject blank with a blank as, you know, expression and fill in the details. You know, so I was kind of like, okay, let me do something that would normally fit in the scene. Let me do something that's a little bit more, you know, crazy. Like put him on a Peloton in front, you know, his front yard kind of thing. And then, you know, these were pretty much one shots.
One shot.
I think I maybe ran these once or twice max on the actions. It was really good with that. Then I changed the camera angle a few times. These were a little bit tougher, but still a couple iterations, pretty easy. Some are easier than others. You know, I thought, you know, this is where it can kind of, when you're going for consistency across multiple scenes, this is where it starts to get tough, right? Because if you do a scene like a shot like this, now you're giving the audience so much more information that it didn't see. And now you got to make sure that that information is consistent in all the other images, right? So I saw those holes. I don't know that other people saw those holes, but like that's a very real thing. So there are limitations here. This is not perfect,
That
right?
goes
Because
back to that goes back to last week. Sort of same theory, right? Different application with the car, where it's like if I want to create all these different variations of the car image, if I don't have a specific reference for the same back of the car, every time, like if you do a front version of the car or a front three-quarter version, you don't have no clue what the back looks like. And if you just keep generating angles of it, it's going to have a different back every time because it has no frame of reference. So that exactly what you're saying, same theory. And one comment on the prompting here, which is really good. Like, it's just a good thing to highlight, where it says change the camera angle to ground level. I think a lot of people would stop there. Angles focus on the subject's white shoes. Like, you're adding the focal point of reference, right? It's the same thing in conjunction, you know, male subject and his home in conjunction with the rest of the neighborhood. Like, that's what helps move it. Because if you just say change the low angle, a lot of times it's just like, maybe.
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. And I think, like, I don't even know if that was probably one of the first ones I did with the angle. And I think the reason I did that is because I had the idea that I wanted to kind of put like this blood splatter on his shoe.
Yeah.
So I had something in mind. If I didn't, I don't know that I would have done it. I mean, maybe, but I think that's a really good point, though, because the way that I think about giving these models information is I try to almost do it more than once. You know, like I say something once, but I'll maybe say it in a different way or reiterate it in a different way to just strengthen the chance that I'm going to get it. Right. So to your point, I've got the ground level camera, which you would think, right, would focus on the ground level and his shoes would be in the shot. But I also said it, you know, explicitly. So yeah, but this is a really good point though, because I was getting like a second door here sometimes, right? It's like, well, then I don't want to do that because now the second door's got to be there in all of them, right? Not that there would ever be two doors there anyway, but it's like, yeah, that's something you got to watch out for. Same here. This is another interpretation of that shot, right? So this has got to look similar to this. If it doesn't, right, you're gonna start to have holes in your story here that aren't super consistent. This one was nice though, because you can see this chair's here. Chair looks the same here. More detail.
That was just to go back to that window prompt. That actually translated really well. Like I was looking at it from like it really
it's really
outpainted. Solid. That's probably one of the better ones I've seen with keeping the actual that full image one. Yeah.
That one was a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
I will say, right, to get right, because you had this, and then you also have two scenes here. You know, really, because this foreground scene is an entire scene. It's not just a foreground element. This is a whole scene. So sometimes you'd get this stove in a weird spot, or you know, something was off. But this is nice. It's like, oh well, shit. You know, like I got to match both of these things here. So that's where it's like, do I run it again? Do I want to go in and retouch it and edit it, in paint, whatever you want to do? But yeah,
solid.
And then this one, you know, add character. I had done like a bunch of scenes, but then I forgot. I was like, well, I should just build this character out with the same clothes, right? To reiterate that can be done. And so that's what I did, was then took this and said, hey, look, I want, you know, this guy dressed in this, and now he's in 3 different scenes here.
Yeah. So this solves another major problem, because a lot of times you have this issue with if you have multiple characters in one image, right? And you want them to be consistent. A lot of times you can only reference one, you know, and it becomes harder.
I had really hard scene I had to make for a client where I had to place maybe 6 people sitting around the campfire. They all are wearing branded clothing, and behind them are branded car as well. For example, Land Rover is behind them. So I told them, man, this is going to be a little bit too crazy to lock in every detail consistency in one image. It was like many months ago, but today maybe with Nano Banana, maybe even doing these characters one by one and then feeding them back in the one scene, like these characters with branded clothing, and then adding the car behind them. In that way, maybe now this type of crazy shots can work also.
See, that's another good thing, right? Because it's like there was, I don't think I've got it in here. I've got it in the other image, but I've got another image where there's like 4 guys and they're rolling dice. And I'm wondering if you took that with that many variables and then applied, you know, to keep the character consistency, how well it would do with that. I didn't go that far.
So here's a little hack for that. I'm thinking in terms of Weavy, because this is where I've done it, but I'm sure you can do this with any other software. Is like a lot of times I'm generating like a character sheet, like so it's like a bunch of different like body positions and stuff that it can be in. And you remove the background and you can just composite all of them, so you can put the 4 or 5 characters in there, so it's really like clear, high res, exactly who the characters are, and then use Nano to sort of like smooth it out and be like, all right, now they're in the scene, like add the lighting and everything else. So it's that's a way if you need to have like 5 different variables in there, like 5 characters and a car that needs to be specific. Like I would think about it like, you know, I would be generating this guy probably, you know, in like some sort of like regular position or whatever. It depends on what the action is, but if you wanted to put 5 people around, you can sort of composite it the traditional way, and then even with the 2D stuff,
and then if the hero shot or the main shot is ready, for example, the campfire, then you can make different angles from this scene, like behind the shoulder or on another angle, or maybe drone shot for the same scene.
Yeah, because what's cool now with a lot of the video generators, like I don't know, just maybe never tried it before. If I was to cut this, the guy out who's holding the teddy bear, right, and just like put him in another scene, but not relight him, like just like drop him in 2D, looking like a collage. It's like VO specifically just picks it up and runs with it. It's like he's part of the scene. Like it doesn't even matter that he's cut out, like die cut. You know what I mean? It just like adds him in. It's like, oh yeah, he's in the scene. You don't have to like really go and blend it that far. Done that with a lot of things lately, so that's another little hack if anyone's using VO.
Yeah, this whole like compositing in general, I feel like just got disrupted like a mug this year.
Yeah,
Through all of these tools. I mean, the harmonize feature in Photoshop. Now you got this in there.
Photoshop's coming back after being away for felt like 3 years.
That's wild. That's wild.
But dude, this is a great talking piece. Like just the way that you did this, just to give you the flowers on this one.
Oh, thanks.
It's a great thing to look at. It's like easy for us to go through this kind of stuff too, and just like, all right, the prompts, you can see how simple they are. They don't have to be crazy, but they're direct and they're clear and they're specific. So it's like really, and you tested a lot of different stuff, which is exactly what you need to do.
And
building things like this.
This is, I think, one of those things too, where the first time you do this, like you're gonna have some holes in here. Like, here's another variable that I would need to keep in mind. I've now shown this other side here, right, of this scene. So if I show that side of the scene again, it needs to be this.
Yep.
Right. So those are just some of the things that you're gonna have to look out for when you're trying to like build out, I guess, several of these things. Here's a, turning him. Here's moving him. Having him go back the other way. New subject. Did well with that.
The color,
the colors are great. The color consistency, to your point, is great. I didn't even have to think about that.
It's really 100%. If you look, these three grids up here, like it's like 100.
Here I see, like I just see an error here too, right? So this one, right? You've got this boarded up thing. There's nothing here, right? So again,
what the image was, whatever the input image was. If it's the one above it with the guy walking away, he's covering that spot, right? So it's going to generate it. But
yes.
Right, it's all the input now.
I think the runway. What was it? References should have been Nano Banana. I think, because if I remember correctly, I haven't used it long time ago, but it was for similar use case, right? Like Nano Banana.
It's
to get
good.
different angles, different. Okay, but it's not working that powerfully, I think, right?
It's not at the nano level with the micro details. Like that's where nano really wins. It's the micro stuff. But the other thing that is interesting, I don't know if you tried it on this one, Drew, like even as a simple prompt. Like I've been testing, like make it 3 hours earlier in the day, or make it 3 hours later in the day, so you can change the lighting and like things like that.
Ooh, I like that. That's dope. Didn't even think about that.
And then using end frame and last frame to get the nice motion.
Yeah, it's cool because now keyframes, again, with the improvement of this, and then having the improvement of things like cling with keyframes, it's like, oh, we can like really direct this thing now. It's like a lot less up to chance than it used to be.
I also made some tests, something like that. Car are placed in the garage. Then you can add some dust on it. Then you can add trash on it. Then you can add rusty bicycle on it. And then you can, like, if you want, you can animate it, like make the car rusty or everything. Like,
dude, that's cool. That's a good idea.
Hell yeah.
I like that. I like the time lapse effect with the nano.
Yeah,
I do too. I like that. That's a cool idea with the time.
Huh. All right, we got a lot of new ideas coming out of this one now.
If you are still new to this and haven't used this too, like here's one other important thing, right? If I'm going to put this in a new location, now I've created. Let's say this is the first image I create. Now I'm going to use this as the image ref, right?
Yes.
So there are just there are different decisions like that may be intuitive, but just something to keep in mind, right? I wouldn't want to use the same image ref I used for this here. after I've created this one. Maybe before I created this one, unless I've got a specific scene in mind. But once I've created this, now I've created a new pathway that I have to stay true to, which means that I got to use this one, right? So anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, Rory. I think
So on backgrounds, realistic placement. This is
Nothing.
what I see as the first stage of actual world building. Like, you know what I mean? This is stage 1. Genie feels like stage 2 with the real time VR, but this is like you can go in any direction. You can just keep taking this. Like, this is a whole world now. You know, you could flash to the other side of town and start a whole new story here. Right? Like, this is like the Marvel Cinematic Universe inside here now. It's whatever.
Well, yeah, and I mean, this is like you could stay with one thing for a long time. I mean, you could build this out, you know, again, to be a story, and really go in and create all motion between all those scenes that we made, and you know, there's a lot. There's a lot to do.
You could do all their lives. Every single one of them can have a different life, and you can control every single one of them. Right? Like, this is where it feels. This is where it starts to get weird.
Yes.
Make episodes or serials.
Imagine if you could watch the same television series but told from like 5 different perspectives. So like if you had the choice of like main character or like supporting character, and you're like seeing the same movie through like the different, like, you know, if you were going through the whole progression of the story, but you're seeing it from different vantage points, or like you're not part of one scene that's happening in the background. Like there's a you know, it's like video games, but for like cinema now, you can just sort of replicate this. It's cool. I love this tool, man. This is a great thing to have at our disposal. And
this is, you can see here, this changed the scene, even though I provide an image reference.
Okay.
So then what I did here was without changing the background. I think somebody was asking me about that. They're like, were you doing that? Do you need to do that? And I couldn't remember offhand. But you can see I didn't put that here. Even with the image reference, put it in an entirely different setting.
Go ahead.
No, I
was to say simple prompt that I've been using a lot for it. Keep, change. So like keep, character, environment, change. This.
Like
Sometimes
that.
that's like, it makes it a little bit easier to understand. Sorry, Allar.
No, I just noticed the quality, with the bicycle and stuff. The quality looks really nice and realistic, and you started with Midjourney image, if you talk, this one. It's really, really clean. And the other ones also, the skin and stuff looks nice. This one also,
Yeah.
But you started with Midjourney image, right? And in Midjourney you can't get always this type of like realism too much. Sometimes you get, sometimes not. But in here it provides, I think, more realism than your reference image, right? Or no?
It's got a little grain too. You know?
Yeah, it's interesting. Because this is based off this one image. I mean, I pretty much used this starting image for most of what I created, besides things like that, you know, like with him leaning on the car or something like that. But that was pretty much it. This quality is pretty good. And Rory, to your point of like story, like there could be a story, which is what I was thinking of, like this neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I've got like different characters. You could also take this person and this life, right? And now he went to some gym, right? And like he create this whole life around one guy.
Yeah. You can go deep. You can go like super rabbit hole with one character and just like put the guy in like every situation.
Which I think is sort of the future, right? I feel like that's sort of like the future of where storytelling is going to go now that it's not limited to, you know, the medium can be whatever now. The medium can be social media. And it's just like, now I'm following Drew's guy. Like he could have his own, you know, page, and it's just like his life in this world.
It's like you've created a character in a video game, and now you're activating his life. Like, you know, like when you play Madden or something, it's like your player.
Yeah.
You could take this guy through his entire life.
Yeah, that's why it's crazy. And then you can also have the supporting cast's life go at the same time.
Yeah, that's what. Or like to your point, maybe this guy starts a rap career, and you start you build a page around him, like sort of like gaining fame and going through a whole story arc. You know, like this is it's
super
wild.
cool. I think that's like I honestly feel like that's a new form of media that we're going to see a lot of. like a lot of this sort of like character as an influencer kind of thing, and it's all story based, right? Like it's all based on the story. It doesn't even matter what it looks like most of the time. It can look great, or it can just be like, is this guy's life interesting enough for me to follow? Or this girl?
I think they have. I think they have already like played around with GTA characters, but if you play around with using GTA character, for example, San Andreas CJ or something like that, they put him on realistic, actions or locations. You can also make viral stuff. I think.
That's because
Have you guys heard of this Rosebud?
No.
So this is like a. Let me see if I can. Am I logged in here? So this is like a. Basically, you can create a video game.
Whoa.
And I don't know if I'm logged in on this browser or not. I hope I am because I'd see if I can maybe.
I have around 5 minutes left to
Okay,
chill here.
let's wrap up here. This was like something I was kind of playing around with, but it's like, okay, I took this starting image. I can click this. So right there's my start. Now I'm creating a new scene for him. Character gets up, turns around, walks to the front door.
Is it generating these ideas for you? Like character goes inside, gets Barbie dolls?
Yeah, like, well, no, I came up with that. So like
all right.
basically it created this scene first. I told it what I wanted to do. I'm like, okay, have him go inside. Then I can create like these different branches of what this character can do. So it's like, okay, well, let me do this now. And let me have him go inside. I'm just going to see these dudes playing with Barbie dolls, whatever. But like, apparently you can create different branches of this, right? So this could be one branch of the story.
It's like
I could have him go into an alley or go get into a car and do something. I don't know. This was kind of like interesting. I spent a few minutes in here, but like that was kind of dope because I was like, oh, this could be crazy.
This is where it's all going. This is it.
Vibe Code Games.
This is where we enter the simulation. It's like we're finally building it. It's happening pretty quick.
Rosebud.ai. Well, should we wrap up, guys? I think we probably went pretty deep here. Allar, thanks for joining us all the way from Estonia. It's our boy. Go check him out. He's on X. He's on LinkedIn.
Thanks for tapping. Thanks for calling.
Always dropping heaters. And
much appreciated.
Rory, we got the like and subscribe out of the way up front, man. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
If you missed it, or if you weren't paying attention, you like and subscribe right now. That's what you got to do. If you're still here, come on, and then tell your friends. And then I just bumped into my own desk. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dog, tell whatever. We'll be back next week, I think, maybe. We got a crazy schedule.
Rory's got a crazy schedule. We're going to try to see if we can pin him down for an episode, but we'll see. I've got some flexibility, so we'll see if we can make it happen. But yeah, this was great, guys. Thanks for joining us. Episode 50 in the books. Wrap it up, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See ya.
Peace.